Live at the Spero Clinic in Northwest Arkansas, where we are excited to announce that Corrine is finishing treatment today. So Corrine was diagnosed in 2012. CRPS is involving her arms, legs, spine, lower abdomen. She responded great to treatment. She's been holding zeros now for a few weeks. And she's been able to do the last 3 weeks she's been able to do light activities in consecutive days. So I don't know, Corrine, we're all going to miss you here, but excited for you to get back home.
So my name is Corrine, or Corrine, you can say it how you like. I'm from Eastbourne, East Sussex, which is on the south coast of England. I'd like to tell you my story, so please bear with me, as you are all part of this story. I hope in sharing it, it will help other people to find their way to the Spero Clinic. I've been living in unrelenting, debilitating, crippling pain for 14 years. For the majority of that time, I've been living in bed, taking 14 steps to the restroom and back again. 28 small, difficult, painful steps. My journey started in 2009 when I had a catastrophic mental breakdown. I was a busy person. Our lives had always been busy. I was employed to pioneer and manage community projects and a team of staff and volunteers. I was the governor of our daughter's primary school and the treasurer of the Parent Teachers Association, a trustee of an international charity, represented charities in our town at various town-wide board meetings and steering groups. Justin and I were church leaders with responsibility for all the children and young people's work. I was a wife to Justin. I'm still a wife to Justin. A mum to Charlotte Lily and Chloe Faith, who were aged 8 and 6 at the time. I went from doing all of that to not even being able to make a cup of tea in the space of 2 weeks. I didn't see it coming. It was a complete shock to me. When I was faced with my own mental health crisis, it was very frightening. I felt broken, confused, disappointed, depressed, overwhelmed, afraid, useless, like I'd let everyone down, guilty, despondent, and terrified of life. It was very tough on Justin and our girls, and on my parents and Justin's parents and our wider family and friends. I felt so lost. I didn't know what to do to make myself better. I wasn't okay, and I didn't know that it was okay to not be okay. My fight or flight response had been activated. Any stress resulted in my body going into horrendous panic attacks. My heart would race, I couldn't breathe properly, and it would make my body tremble all over. My brain was overproducing cortisol, which flooded my brains and my senses. Also, in its distress, my brain sent out enormous amounts of lactic acid, which would build up in my muscles and joints, and left me in a great deal of crippling pain. I was diagnosed with clinical depression, acute anxiety, panic attacks, fibromyalgia, and chronic fatigue syndrome. Fibromyalgia has over 200 symptoms. Chronic pain is common in people with fibromyalgia. I was in pain all over my body, everything hurt. My head, my muscles, my joints, my nerves, my stomach, my back, my arms, legs, hand and feet were all hypersensitive. I had restless leg syndrome, which causes you to involuntarily kick out. You can't sit down. It's like having creepy crawlies in your feet. I would flinch and pull away when people came near me, as the slightest touch would feel like someone had punched or kicked me. I had neurological deficits, like brain fog, and I was extremely sensitive to noise. My equilibrium and perception were off. I kept bumping into things when I moved around. My balance was totally off. My walking was very unsteady. I had no coordination. Misa will confirm this. Lost my place. There we go. As she, Misa, has diligently worked to overcome these deficits. I would drop things frequently, even small things like writing a greetings card was difficult. And I think I've written over 50 cards in the last couple of days. So I think that bit's sorted. I tired easily, fatigued quickly to the point of complete exhaustion. It affected my sleep. I was prone to catastrophic thinking, especially at night. I would involuntarily hold my breath. Justin had to keep checking that I was still alive. Any cognitive functioning was extremely difficult, overtaxing. I couldn't think clearly or comprehend things. My memory was very badly affected. I found reading difficult. I couldn't remember movies that I'd seen or remember the lyrics to a song. Fibromyalgia did not help my mental health either. In fact, my mental health became even worse. I was in a critical condition. Another symptom was the gastrointestinal issues that I was having. My gastro system was under immense pressure. Your stomach is your second brain. How you feel in your head is responsible for how you feel in your gut. Then in 2014, I had to have surgery for suspected appendicitis. It was meant to be a simple keyhole surgery, but it wasn't. It turned into major abdominal surgery to remove a large ovarian cyst. When I was at home recovering from this surgery, I had acute pain within my abdominal wall, my lower back, tailbone and pelvis, and my ovaries felt like they were being squeezed in a vice grip. When seeing a consultant, I was diagnosed with CRPS. Over these years, I found myself bouncing from one medical department to another. I had over 5 separate consultants, a counsellor and my doctor. I ended up medicated for everything. I was taking over 33 prescribed medications a day, plus additional pain medications. I was on 3 different antidepressants, antipsychotics, mood stabilizers, bowel stimulants, multiple laxatives, cluster headache suppressors, and multiple very strong opiate-based medications, including morphine, oxycodone, and a fentanyl patch. I wasn't living, I was merely existing. My world had gone from beautiful colours to a world that was only grey. I didn't open the curtains, as I couldn't stand looking at a world that I didn't know how to be a part of. My life had been turned completely upside down. I was lonely and isolated. Friends that had supported me to start with moved on with their lives. I couldn't do the things they were inviting me to do. Gradually they slipped away. It's not their fault. It's just what happens when you are long-term sick with chronic pain conditions. All of us in this room have experienced it, and it hurts so bad, but I felt powerless to do anything about it. Gradually, new friends came along to support us. They accepted me as I was. If you have ever seen Brené Brown's TED Talk on empathy, these new friends are the kind of people who are willing to climb down into the hole you're in with you, rather than just appearing at you through the top of the hole. Justin, our 2 girls, Alex, Charlotte's boyfriend, and our 2 little puppy dogs have been my greatest supporters. They have loved me through all of this. They have been my carers many times. Thank you. I now give you your lives back. Since coming to Spero, I've gone from living in constant pain 24/7. I'd been reduced to living in bed, unable to sit up for more than 30 minutes, to experiencing 0 pain from fibromyalgia and 0 pain from the CRPS that flared up after my major abdominal surgery. On day 6 of clinic treatment, I had NMR with Misa. After our session, I stood up and felt no pain for the first time in 14 years. I thought the pain would return again in an hour or so, but no, the chronic pain I had been suffering from left my body that day, and it has never come back, which means today, as I graduate, I've been at 0 pain for 77 days. Just a few thank yous to go. Misa has kicked my butt daily. She found the disconnects between my brain and my body. She helped me to start using parts of my body and muscle groups that had atrophied over the last 14 years. My body is working in a totally different way. It's free moving, no longer weighed down by pain. Every day after NMR with Misa, I came out fancying a mimosa cocktail. But instead, I found that I have been well and truly mamisa'd again, which is my word for for that wonderful NMR afterglow that Misa always left me with. She is my favorite, and NMR is my favorite therapy. I have learnt this well, and she's told me this since day one. I want to thank all the staff here at Spero. Every one of you played a part in me ringing this bell today. Dr. B, thank you for being there every day to talk through where I'm at, and thank you for guiding the whole process. Misa, thank you for rocking my world in NMR. You have pushed me when I needed it, worked with my very uncooperative toes, mummy-said me daily to bring my body back to pain-free condition, and you have given Justin his person back and Charlotte and Chloe their mum back. To the waiting room family, we can't do this without each other. Be proud of your story. Your story is important. And if you are still experiencing pain today, keep going. Trust the process here. And I look forward to watching you all graduate. We have, without doubt, made lifelong friends here. For that, I am so very grateful. To my friends back in Eastbourne, particularly the fundraising team at Freedom from Fibro, thank you for all your hard work. Thanks to Joanna, who some of you know, as she had treatment here in 2019, and she is still in remission today. Thanks also to Ellie, Kaz, and Jess, who raised the money to get me here. And thanks to everyone who donated to the sponsored event or held a fundraising activity. A big thank you to our church back at home, Living Stones Community Church. Thank you for all your prayers, love and support. And thank you to the hundreds of people who have been praying for me. God has heard those prayers, and he has made the impossible possible. Thank you doesn't seem enough. You have given me my life back, and I will be forever grateful for the opportunity you gave me to get my health back. To my girls, thank you for letting me be here for 3 months. Thank you for the many sacrifices you've made. I'm coming home, so let's start the next phase of this adventure. And finally, I want to thank my Heavenly Father. You are the one who has been there on the darkest of days. You have kept me here. This journey is a spiritual one too, as much as it is a physical and mental journey. Believing in a God that is bigger than all of us, bigger than the chronic pain and illnesses that we have, can be challenging at times, particularly on really dark and hard days. But I never would have made it on this journey if I didn't believe in a God who is faithful, loving, kind, generous, and who wants the best for us. He is a God of miracles, and today I leave here with my miracle, my health restored, new life in my body, and totally pain-free. Thank you for everything.
I'm going to say a few things because it's been really special working with you, because everyone's seen you come back to life, right? The first couple weeks here, you were a shell of a person, and now you have, your personality is out, very sarcastic if you've met her, she's very funny, but it's been really cool to see you grow, and I think the biggest flip in your treatment is when you started believing in yourself, right? And you showed up every day and you kept working.
Thank you. To show what you got me today.
Yeah.
So for the first time today, I, on the last minute, hit 100. And this one is to celebrate 77 days of zero pain. Therefore, I am a Spero, a zero hero.
Ring the bell!
I was thinking, what's the next bit? Oh, the bell.